What's up, bud?
How's it going?
Not bad, not bad.
Uh,
So we took a week off.
yeah,
Obviously we won't get into too many details, but I know you have some family stuff going on. I was
yeah,
traveling,
yeah.
so, and obviously now we're waiting until Thursday because we normally record on a Monday, but I was traveling,
Yeah.
so here we are Thursday
Yeah. Oh,
playing
uh,
football.
oh, shall we start off with your
Yeah,
travels
so
then?
yeah, let's talk about what we're going to talk about. Slovenia,
Yeah.
the season opener of ACL Europe season 2025. Let me tell you, this makes the fifth place. I've been to a tournament, fourth, fifth. I'll say fifth, considering the UK ACL Open as well.
Yeah.
Um, I I decided to go to Slovenia just because it was the season opener, and I was like, let's go. But everybody had said, if you make one tournament, go to Slovenia, man. It's a lot of fun, great setup, and it it delivered, man.
Yeah.
The hotel's attached to the venue. So you just wake up, grab your stuff, go down, have some breakfast, and go throw some bags, man. It's
That's ideal.
yeah, it's pretty cool. And then next door to the hotels is a place called Squashland. And Goran, one of the Slovenian guys and one of the ACL Europe pros, he owns Squashland. And as it says in its name, it is a squash facility. Now it has some other things in it, but it's 3 stories, and it is the world's only all wood squash facility. And it is a beautiful building. I mean, the outside is, you wouldn't realize, you not necessarily realize it, but like you go inside and it's just everything's wood, right? Like all the walls, everything, but like just beautiful beams. It's just a beautiful place inside. And they got a good little setup in there. He owns it. So, of course, he has an area where he's got a couple cornhole boards set
Yeah.
up. It's where we did our Friday night for the welcoming party. We did a airmail challenge,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of us drunkards would go over there in the evening and continue to throw as we kept getting drunk. So yeah, it was a good time, really good time. Uh, I didn't necessarily throw as well as I'd have liked, and I'll tell you right now, it's because I realized I'm not used to playing uh that much cornhole in any given time. I practice a couple hours a week, once a week. Um, and then what? We play in a 1 day tournament every couple months.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, for stamina purposes, that's not enough bags being thrown because I got up. I threw a lot of bags on Friday between warming up, the blind draw, and then being over at Squashland and playing like all evening. Um, Saturday morning after rounders, my arm, it felt like I was just swinging a dead fish, dude. I took some pain meds and then it was better for the swap later in the evening, and then I was fine on doubles on Sunday. But yeah, it was tough, man. It was
Yeah. I
tough.
mean, looking at some of your games, like you did run into some decent European
Well,
players as well.
I
Like,
so for you guys out there that don't know, this was the biggest open outside of the finals in Trier last year, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on this, but I'm almost 100% positive that yeah, this was the biggest open in registered, and they had to cut off registration, and they cut it off at 150 people for singles. We had 126 people, 128 people, I think, for the blind draw.
yeah,
That was our travel day. So 64 right off the bat for blind draw.
yeah, nice.
But in singles, they broke it down into 3 tiers afterwards. And I fell into tier 2, which I was not mad at. Obviously, I would love to have been in tier 1, but I was not mad at being in tier 2 because literally in tier 2, there were like 5 or 6 of the ACL Europe pros in Tier 2.
Yeah.
The likes of Maria Bellick, one of the Bellick sisters, uh, Zena Bax, she was in Tier 2. And hell, she'd beat EJ Von Dran earlier in the day in rounders. So yeah, it legit was sorry, I dropped my pen. It was legit.
So, right, the close up of the hat will be a nice plug for the Slicky guys. I'm sure they'll like that.
Yeah, and see, I didn't have to purchase this hat. My homeboy Matt Hiltz, who you're going to team up with for doubles in Switzerland. As we all know, anybody that was in Germany knows Matt. He likes to participate in a beer or two, and he likes to throw some bags, and he kind of likes to talk a lot of shit. And so he wanted to play me for my green hat and my pink glasses. And I played him, and he wanted to give up this hat. So I was like, all right, man, we'll do it. I brought multiple pair of glasses. I'll be all right if I lose a pair. I'll just order another one. The one I didn't really want to lose my green hat. But yeah, so we played, and I won the hat. I even gave him another chance. We played again. So but the rest of that day on Sunday, he kept asking, trying to play again. But anyway, so yeah, it was a good tournament, man. And there was a lot of people, a lot of good people. And I think some eyes were opened. And obviously we'll get into that with some of these results. But yeah, there was some good competition. And just overall, a great way to start the season for sure.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
No.
It's our podcast. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then as you listeners out there in the internet world know that I had planned on doing more DECA rounds and talking to more people, but it kind of gets hard trying to do that. Number one, with language barriers. So there's certain people that you got to have other people around to kind of help translate, or that weren't playing. And like I said, because there was so much going on and so many players all weekend, it was kind of difficult. And I was being a little salty on Saturday, as I really just did not play well in rounders. I was, like I said, my arm was sore, and so I was kind of being a bit of a baby about it. But so I didn't do as much on Saturday as I'd have liked. But obviously, I did a few on Sunday, and we got them on. We got a few on there. Long season. We'll get more in Switzerland. We'll get more in the other places we go. And then obviously I started my cornhole tattoo journey this weekend as well. Unfortunately for you listeners out there, if y'all watched any of the doubles live stream, KT Thomas, who was one of the DECA rounds we did, was my partner for doubles. And in the broadcast, he said that I was there and I was going to be getting a tramp stamp. I did not get a tramp stamp. I assure you I did not.
Already got one.
No, I assure you that is not happening. But anyway. So we'll get into some. You want to get into some results?
Yeah, let's shoot for that.
All right, man. Straight up, let's start with Friday night. Friday night we had the blind draw. And so EJ Von Dran finished number 1 in Europe last year. Now, he was the favorite. Him or Gunny Ritz was probably the favorite going into the Sweet 16s, I would assumed. But instead, as we all know, Roman Elsner won that. So, what happens on Friday? First event for the whole season, and in the blind draw, EJ and Roman get drawn together.
It's not fair, is it?
It was not fair. Now, I can't be too mad because I drew Gorin, and I felt bad for him Great for me, terrible for that guy. But we had a lot of fun. We did. We had a lot of fun doing it. But so EJ and Roman win the blind draw. But in number 2 spot, this German dude that's coming over this weekend, y'all all know him because he won. He won our national championship last year. Richard Blank, dude. Him and his partner, Primoz Rudolph, they got second to EJ and Roman. So not a bad way to start the season. Now, unfortunately for Richard, his singles on Saturday morning were not as good. He didn't play bad, but just not as good.
So, well, as we've already established, like it's a tough field out there that past weekend. So
100%. So, but for singles, Roman Elsner wins again. So now he's 2 for 2. Right? Alan Jackas came in second. Renee Schindler came in third. And then Loris Meritic came in fourth. Now, the thing is, Renee had a real good, he had a good showing all day as well. And he's fun to be around and fun to watch. He's an older guy, German guy, and he's a lot of fun. So when he's playing well, man, it's fun. It's fun to watch. So yeah, that was for singles tier 1. Tier 2, Thomas, I think it's Reichert, but I was hanging out with him. He's one of the dudes I posted when I was on the page when I said I was hanging out with the German Giants.
Yeah.
He was one of them guys, man. He threw great, and he smashed tier 2, man. He would not have been, no offense to him, great dude, threw really well. He would not have been my pick to come out of tier 2, but he sure did. And he played really well. He beat Milo Sapik out of Slovakia in the finals. And then Neves Opeka, I think he's from Slovakia as well. He finished third. And then tier 3, our favorite Dutch girl, Fleur. Fleur got she got knocked down all the way into tier 3. She did not play very well in rounders either, but she battled back hard and she won tier 3. So, and then for that evening, we go into the swap, and Loris Meritic and Jaka Lieber, I think it is. I'm terrible with names, as all y'all know. So I'm that's one of my goals for the season is to really kind of understand how to pronounce some of these names better and get to know them better. They win the swap, and then in second place, Woody Woodson, and take a guess at who his partner was. Richard Blank. So he rebounds good from singles, comes back, throws strong in the swap. Now, Woody Woodson, he's an American guy, plays out at K-Town Baggers. He should be, as it stands, joining my club this summer, as he should be moving over to the UK. So then, we get into Sunday doubles. And I'll give you a guess at who won.
Do we need one?
Roman Elsner and Goran. Now, as I was getting my tattoo and stuff, I was watching the whole live stream. And man, there were some good matches. Some really good matches. So Roman Elsner and Goran took out Hendrik Kranz out of Germany. And take a guess. Richard Blank. So, as we know, Richard's coming over here, and we'll get more into it when we preview this weekend and stuff. But yeah, so he might be coming with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. And then in third place was Gunny Ritz and EJ Von Dram. Now, if anybody has ever watched Gunny throw, it's like it's effortless.
Yeah.
Like he just and he shows so little emotion when he's throwing, which is great. Because he's super nice guy. Out like off the boards, super nice guy,
Yeah.
super friendly. Always have like he likes to have a laugh, and But yeah, on the boards, not a lot of emotion, but his throws just effortless, like just doop de doop, doop de doop, and there it goes, man. It's something to behold and watch for sure.
Well, I've been lucky enough to watch it from the other side of the board back in the UK Open last year. Got him in the blind draw, which we had a nice run to third or fourth.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
My daughter got lucky and she got to play with him over the summer when we were in Croatia on a little social event that we went to, and she got to partner up with him and play, and she really had a good time because he's such a
Yeah.
good guy.
Yeah.
So I'm for the season, man, the same guys are kind of up top, or the same guys that we expect to be up top. Um, but it's going to be a good season, man. I think it's going to be one of those seasons that we could have some surprises, but I don't think there's going to be too many. But there's still people out there that every day, man, they're just trying to get better, and I think we'll see that as the season develops. Um, I think what'll happen though is you'll have some different tournament winners just because not everybody can travel every
Yeah.
tournament. But I think if Roman, EJ, Gunny, them guys, and I know EJ and Gunny and them are going to Switzerland.
Yeah.
Well, I know Gunny is. Actually, I don't know if EJ is. I can't remember if he said he was or not. But those guys when they go, man, you got to know that they're going to be probably in the top for sure.
Yeah. And the French guys from who were near the top season before, they'll be looking to get back
Yeah,
to the
because
top. So Mathieu and
we
Bruno,
didn't
who
have
we
any,
won in that.
we had no one. I don't think there was anybody from France there this weekend. So yeah, I mean, and that's a great point because we've got some of them other Bruno, David Parody, Mathieu, like all them guys that weren't there this weekend that we know can compete as well. So it could be a tough one. And I don't know if anybody watched. I assume you did, but the ACL preview podcast that Ton and all them guys did.
Yeah.
If you remember, KT said, "Man, it's the start of the Roman Empire."
Yeah.
He might have been on to something.
Yeah.
Because Roman just threw. He just looked good the whole time. I didn't see him have like any type of bad game really. So he's gonna be a force for sure. But yeah, it was a good weekend overall, man. It truly was. Uh, Definitely looking forward to the next one.
So next one, other than this weekend, Europe, be us both and Lima going out to Switzerland.
Yeah, which obviously we'll preview that week and we'll
Yeah.
talk more about it, in the week leading up to it. But yeah, and outside of Switzerland being like ridiculously expensive, um, I would imagine it's going to be a great tournament as well. I went last year, as you know, and the Slicky Bagger guys out there in 621 Cornhole, their club, they play host, and let me tell you, man, they do a good job.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just disappointed because the last 2 years it's been an outside tournament, hasn't it?
It
And
has.
this year we're indoors because the majority of my practice has always been outside. So it was like
The problem was,
it'd have been like nice.
I think, I think it's one of those where you don't want to. I'm not 100% sure why they moved it. I think scheduling conflicts probably was most of it, but I also think that you know you don't want a situation like we ran into last year where it rained the first 2 days, so we had to move everything indoors.
Yeah.
And the problem is then you had to split courts between like two levels, and it kind of just crowded everything. So I think you know getting a sports hall that's going to be dedicated, that is wide open, and just kind of going with it. Plus, I think this is again just kind of my opinion. I'm sure there were people that kind of complained because the conditions, you know, hey, we're chasing championships and you got me out here throwing and there's a crosswind and da 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 or whatever. So I think that kind of affects people and people get a little
Where did the game start though? This is what
yeah,
I say.
I get it.
It started outside, barbecues,
But
tailgates,
hey,
and that. It's
name it.
like when I watch the darts and people complain about the noise, like it's a pub game.
No,
Who's ever been in
I
a
get that.
quiet pub?
I get that, but I think I think you kind of have to you almost bring it down to the level of if I can only make say 5 of them and Switzerland's one of them, and I got to throw outside. You can only make 5. Switzerland's not one of them, and you get to throw indoors all of yours.
Yeah.
Then there's one that were other things could have happened. Now, me personally, I'm like nobody cares, just throw better.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know if that's why they moved it. I would assume more likely they moved it so that we knew no matter what the weather conditions were,
Yeah.
we were in a place. I'd love to host a tournament outside in England, but as we know, at any given moment, it's going to be a torrential downpour.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, so Slovenia was good, man. And if you get a chance to go next year, do it because the Slovenians are great, great hosts.
Well, doing 3 this year. Only managed 2 last year and 2 the year before, so I'm improving. So hopefully next year dates line up, can do more. But the top of the list will always be the countries I've not been to yet.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So like obviously this year we've got Switzerland, not been, and then end of the season we got Croatia, so that'll be good.
All right. Hey,
should just bring him on as a co-host. Both sit here with the dogs.
I think she needs to go out.
Oh.
So we'll get into talking about this weekend's qualifier 3.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about with Slovenia? Any questions?
I think we're good to jump into Q3.
Yeah, why not? Ow!
Yeah.
Okay. While you get our other guest on, our next guest on, man, I'm gonna go let my dog out. I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully we'll be joined by guests soon. Hopefully Josh will be back from letting his dog out.
She's such a pain, dude. No, I just wanted attention.
Yeah. Well, I've told them we're ready, but they've not seen it yet. So we could start without them, save just sitting here in silence, I suppose.
All right.
Yeah.
I got a chance. Did anybody? I haven't had a chance to look. So you posted a poll about predicting. Have we seen
there was a few. So let's bring it up. So Micah from your club, he went for Richard Blank, number 1, Liam, number 2, and then Charlie Lomax for 3.
Wow.
Then Chris Coates, he went for himself number 1, Charlotte number 2, and then himself again for number 3. And then he says he wakes up.
Hey, you know what? I like.
Hey, you got to set goals. I like it.
100%. You never know, man.
Yeah. But that's it. And then mine, I've gone for Richard, Blanky, Liam, and then I think Jared breaks into the top 3. And my surprise is because we've got a few new faces for this one. One of them is going to break the top 10.
Okay.
Right, and we've got our guest now. There she is.
I
The face of UK cornhole.
And on behalf of everybody, I apologise. How you doing?
Flo, better
Good.
your face than one of ours.
What are you on about? I'd take Gare up there smiling, you know, or your beard, Josh, because you're mainly just, you know.
So we were just discussing the poll we had posted on their page about what your predictions for the weekend are.
Oh,
My predictions are I got just because I watched him play. This is nothing against my homeboy Liam at all, not whatsoever. But just because I watched Richard play all weekend, and because he finished second in 3 of the tournaments, or 3 of the events, I 100% think he's coming with a chip on his shoulder, ready to get a W, get back in those winning ways. Now, that takes me away from Liam, who I'm going to put at number 2, because we know that guy's putting in practice. But tournament experience, or, you know, playing competitive games, first practice is a huge difference. So that's my prediction. And then number 3, I personally think John Steins comes back strong. He's been down a little bit, but I think he comes back strong.
What about you, Graham?
I went for. I said it just before you come on, but just so you know, I went Richard, Liam, Jared, and then a surprise of a new face, one of the newbies that are entering, breaks into the top 10.
Oh, okay. Well, I think you've got everybody at the top there that's consistently. I mean, Liam and Kelly moved into their new place. They've probably got loads of practice in. He's just so focused in on it. I just can't. You just got to put him up there. But then again, I love a wild card. Like when Ian just like did friggin' awesome that time, and so yeah, no prediction. I'm gonna back Liam again, probably. So I have to give all 3 because then I would then Richard and then John.
Okay. I mean, it's not to leave, like, I don't like leaving Daniel Lilly out of the mix.
Oh.
But I don't know how much, like, he didn't look at his best the last tournament. Still looked better than me. I'm not saying that. But he didn't.
Hey, last practice night he fell. Me and Marv took him down in blind draw.
You know what? We've got full Bury baggers here this week. I mean, we haven't seen the likes of like Alex Bowers on our side. He doesn't come up to the tournaments a lot. So when he throws well, he throws friggin' awesome. Same with Jay. You know what? I should give 3 Bury baggers.
Just not Josh.
Everyone. You know what? Can we just change the rules so everybody please? That'd be great. Yeah, no, Josh stepped away, so it's fine. He doesn't need.
My apologies.
He doesn't need that.
My TV was on and I had it muted, I thought, and I think she stepped on the remote, so it was going to be all like in the background. No, but I don't want to leave Daniel out of it. But I think again, it's just one of those things about how competitive has he been playing lately. I know he's competitive, but how many competitive matches is he throwing lately? You know,
because it's so difficult to tell the few days before. It's when you see people that morning and they show up. It's what headspace they're in, what kind of week they've had, how they feel they've been throwing. It's so much changes. What was the traffic like on the way here? You know, eat your Weetabix for the love of God. You know, I like chatting to people on the morning and then rooting.
Yeah, I'm going to be powered by a lot of Red Bull. I'm travelling down Saturday morning, so try and get it early that Friday. Won't happen. I'm getting up at like 4:30 to start getting on the road. So I'm going to be like a zombie for that first hour. So I'm going to have a poor seeding going in, coming out around us.
Oh, if you can, I think one of the traditions we have traveling up to Ashby is to stop at a Tim Hortons, because I had no idea it existed until people started doing it. But
because nobody cares about Canada. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Like, I'm just gonna whip out my maple leaf. Good breakfast. All I'm saying. Anybody who needs to stop at a breakfast, okay, there are a few around. But yeah, really excited about this weekend. There are a lot of sign-ups, which is fab, absolutely fabulous. I think. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone.
Yeah,
you know. But
so yeah, Graham, if you need to come down on Friday, you can crash on my couch.
I might be turning up late though. I'm in work till 5.
Oh, that's all right. Ian and Vicky aren't leaving theirs until probably around 5-ish either.
So. Yeah, I'll let you know if that needs to happen. If I need to sofa surf.
But on Saturday, I'm gonna be powered by like a lot of Yingling. That's a beer for you guys out there.
Can you say it again?
Please? Yingling.
Sorry, louder for the back.
Yingling. It's America's oldest brewery. It's good.
No, I love it. No qualms because that is brilliant. I would like a Yingling, actually. I think. No, but Graham, if you are powered by Red Bull, I am full on picturing the scene from Yes Man where Jim Carrey just gets out of the car and the cans just pour down, and he's got one of them light up bands around his neck.
That's what the car looks like anyway. It's just full of empties of random stuff between the kids.
You know what?
And
I believe you,
myself.
Considering
it's a travelling skit.
You turned up to a tournament with boards, and I think they had tomato ketchup on.
Yeah. That because the boards are still in the car, and my son would have been having his McDonald's in the back and sat next to him. I've actually got a picture of him. He fell asleep in the back of the car and he's resting his head on the boards next to him. I was like, that can't be comfy. So as soon as I noticed that, it's like, I've got to drive slow, because if I go over any pothole now, it's not worth it. Just knock him out.
Off his head suddenly speaks Portuguese.
Kid's got to learn the lesson somehow.
Yeah, I can't send him home with a big bruise on his head, can I?
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good.
It's not worth me life.
How did we get onto this subject?
I don't know. Have you not watched the podcast before?
We don't know how to get on any subject.
Hey, I was just impressed that you got Jimmy on last week.
But it's just an excuse for me and Josh to just chat shit for an hour, really.
I mean, it's true. And congratulations for hitting the double digits, by the way, guys. Just saying.
Thank you.
Who'd have thought we'd have made it?
We all did. It was only last year where it was the first time I really chatted to you, Graham, and you were like, "Yeah, me and Josh are thinking of doing a podcast," and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, and then it still took a while, and it took actually like kicking me out. It's like, fucking do it. We owe thanks to you as well for kicking me ass into gear.
That's right.
No, it's good. It's all part of the development of cornhole in the UK, isn't it? Having a space for the conversation outside of tournament time. Brilliant.
All right.
Kudos.
So, we got you on here, Flo, because right now you are sitting as the top-ranked female in UK cornhole. Now, whether you think you're the top-ranked or not is irrelevant, because the points say you are. So we wanted to get you on here. Plus, we've already had 2 of the other females on.
Wow, guys. Okay. Now I know why you messaged me 5 minutes before the episode started.
No, I wanted to get you on here because we're hosting. You're the top-ranked female. And so trying to get some thoughts, man. How are you feeling this season?
This season I'm excited because this is the second season I've been part of now. I joined under a year ago still. And quite honestly, I think you've got 2 segments of people in cornhole, which the sport caters for beautifully. You've got the people that just love throwing beanbags. I mean, they will go out in the snow and they will practice like the most minute kind of technique. I have so much respect for anybody that has that dedication and just quite simply the absolute skill, which most people just kind of go, oh, just won't be there. Absolutely not. Come give it a go. And then the second group of cornhole goers, who I'm going to put myself in that category, that love the community, that love the sport for everything that comes with it, the people, the event, the fact that it's so accessible. You never know who you're going to be playing against, but you still stand a chance because anyone can throw a bag. So I've seen both sides, and I'm excited to remain firmly in the latter.
Yeah. I call bullshit.
Okay, do tell.
Well, I've known you for 3 years now. Okay? You skipped a year when you went traveling, but I've still known you for the 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You and your sister came in, flopped your asses down at the table next to me while I was doing the quiz. And that was right after I started doing the quiz. So y'all have been around me doing the quiz for as long as I've been doing it. The one thing I've learned about you, no matter what we're doing, you've got to be the most competitive person at the event. Like, we did our quiz group Christmas party, and you got competitive about everything we were doing. We did our cornhole club Christmas party, and you got competitive about what we were doing. You get competitive. So to say, and I'm not saying that you don't believe that you love being part of the cornhole community and all that, but to just leave it at that and say, oh, that's the only part I care about, bullshit.
No, there's not anybody that turns up that doesn't care about the other one. I'm just, okay, but you know what, you've got a point. And in my defense, at both the quiz party and the cornhole party, there was a miniature set of on-table cornhole games, okay, that I got from Secret Santa, okay? And if you lost, you had to take a shot, okay? So excuse me for bringing the passion to an otherwise lifeless table.
Woo! It was fun, though.
It was so fun. It was also fun. And you're quite competitive. I grew up with an older brother. And I think that says it all. Say no more, right? You know, you've got to hold your own. And you just never go anything at half, you know, at half, go full hog, really. But
I agree.
Still.
I agree. But I have a feeling you've only gotten better and you're going to continue to get better.
Let's hope so. I mean, last practice we did have a couple of newbies and it was doubles and I got partners. I do not know if they'll be back because I swear I missed the board. Like actually, like did not just board it. I just floored it. Every one. And I think them kind of shots hold a special place in my the heart, my hatred. Like it's the ones that don't hit the board, as in the ones that fall like that tiny bit short. And you see, you know, top players every now and then do it. And then for me, it's something I'm battling at the moment. I just don't seem to have the power to. I don't think it's a power. It must be a release time thing. But trying to work on consistency, and nothing quite puts your flaws in perspective than trying to work on consistency. I'll tell you. You know. Yeah.
For sure.
You know, I'm hoping for a nice Graham celebration moment this weekend. By that I mean, you know, grabbing a chair and throwing it across the room.
I love how this escalated to a grab the chair and threw it across the room.
Okay, sorry, you hit the chair. Do you know what?
Years from now, it
was. I mean, like the sports place at Cornhole, at Colford School where we had the ACL when they came to the UK is big, and you like that shout and that chair just filled the whole dome. I mean, it was fabulous.
You just said it yourself earlier about passion. I was just very passionate that I got the win.
Literally, as his partner, I thought we had just won the championship.
So did everybody else, I swear.
Given some of the easy shots I missed that game, that was the championship to me, that bag.
It was on point. I wish I had a little recording of it so I could play it like on a Monday to get going, you know?
Brilliant to think it was only the last game of rounders as well.
Yeah,
right, Josh is your partner, okay? It's high pressure. I don't know if anybody else is partnered with Josh, but you're like so locked into the game, and it's like you never want to disappoint him.
Never, man. I'm drinking beer, talking smack.
Yeah, but I needed to make amends for Paris because I was awful in Paris.
I think you were all drunk in Paris, weren't you?
Yeah, but still.
It doesn't count in this game.
I mean, literally, that's how our podcast got named, was because of doubles in Paris.
Just Josh told me to just board it. And
as you were saying, Flo, on Tuesday night, how you just missed the board like every time. Graham went 3 rounds in a row that he only landed 2 bags. Like, not 2 bags each round, 2 bags total out of 12 bags thrown. So, and he kept getting in his head, and he was just mad at himself. And I was like, who cares, man? We know we're not going to win the whole thing. Let's just have a good time. Just board it, man. Just try to hit the board. And that's how it began.
Oh my gosh, Graham, you play phenomenally when you do not give a sh. As like if you just
some of the best corner I threw was when it was me and you with Lewis from France, and I can't remember. I apologize, I can't remember his doubles partners game, but we were just having fun games, mixing up the partnerships.
It was insane. It was an airmail challenge, so you could only airmail them, and I swear down,
and I made some insane collect, like a bag. It was that far off to the right. It's like it looked virtually impossible to collect, and yet somehow I caught enough of it, I span it around and collected it. It's like, how is this even possible? But it's because I was that chilled and we were just having a laugh and not giving a shit. And that's exactly why we're going to run it back in Croatia for doubles.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm excited.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry, it's a structured meeting. Am I the talk? I can ask you guys questions?
No.
No one's allowed to ask us questions.
You can ask us questions. Doesn't mean we'll answer them.
Yeah. We only let Jimmy ask us one of the deck around questions because it's Jimmy.
You know what? I listened to the episode and highlight when you guys were talking stats, and he was like, "Yeah, I think I hold a record for the most international win." And I know how chatty both of you are, and this is literally a podcast. And he said that and just silent. You guys were just like,
well, because but that's because I talk to the other 2 dudes that could be in the running for that on a regular basis as well. So I talk to Sean, Denny, and Jimmy on a regular basis. So Jimmy said that, and I laughed because I think Sean believes he has the most international wins.
ooh.
So that's why. And then I said that to Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, "Well, I did. I'm pretty sure I still do, but I'm gonna have to find out because
You'll need a little fact checker.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
What we need is them to be level just before the UK Open, and they have to come to the UK and settle it.
That's it. I mean, I want all 3 of them.
But part of it is each of them has to double up with somebody from the UK in doubles.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately for them, one of them's getting me.
You just bought it. No, you're good.
Getting a co-host.
Hello, lady. Hey, Katniss. Oh, I'm just going to cradle my pint.
I'm not getting my dog. He's too bloody big.
She's not supposed to be.
Well, neither's mine. He's just a unit, Bane is. He's just stocky. So we thrown a deck around?
I think so.
Yeah, right.
Are you ready?
Always ready for a good deck.
Yeah. So how did you get into cornhole?
Well, that bearded fellow here, as he mentioned earlier, I knew him via the quiz. So, long story short, brand new. I had to leave my previous quiz team for why I shall not mention. I know, controversy. So I had nowhere to go on a Wednesday evening. Terrible. So I showed up at the DMP and there was a brand new quiz on. Me and my sister plonked ourselves down right in the bar. Little did we know that Josh, the quizmaster, was reading the questions out right next to us. Had a great time. Went to come back next week, one at the same table, and there was a little reserved sign on the table, which we were gutted about. We were like, okay, I guess we'll find somewhere else to sit. And Josh only met us 1 week, came up to us, like, no, I put that there for you guys. You guys better sit there, that's your seat now. So we just kept going every single week. So I got to know Josh really well. And obviously we have like a good club in Bury. I'm very thankful that we've got 3 American air bases near us. So we got like long, well-established clubs. So Josh always talk about the Bury Baggers and cornhole, and you might have mentioned my competitive streak. So I was like, okay, I'll come and give it a throw, and then just never stopped.
Nice. So, question 2: how long have you been playing?
I think it was like March or April last year that happened.
So you're coming up on your cornhole anniversary then?
I kind of know when it happened. Because her and her sister showed up to our qualifier last year on the Saturday.
Yeah.
But they messaged like, hey, can we just swing by and check it out? And I was like, yeah. And they rocked up and I had just lost to Craig Smith. So I was like, yeah, I'm done for the day. And they're like, all right.
I'm guessing I'd already left at that point.
Probably.
I don't know. I literally remember. So this was at County Upper where we're holding the tournament this weekend. And I'd never been there before. So I kind of put my head around and I put my head in the gym and there was that audible, just like thud, thud, thud of the bag hitting the board. And I was like, okay. And I looked in and everybody's like, yeah. And I think there was a really important moment that you just happened to witness. It was completely not what it's actually like. So I think after that, it took me another month and a bit to work up the courage to go give it a go. Because I was like, this is a really serious sport.
You kept asking me every Wednesday, can I just show up? Can I just come try it? Yes. Please do.
I didn't believe you that you could just show up. They literally let anyone in. It's insane. You know?
That's how I got there.
Hey. Right, so number 3, your cornhole goals.
I'm gonna answer you there, Graham. And the hole and the bag going in that hole, like more than they currently do.
Small.
Yeah. Now I would like to reach a point of consistency where I'm not having bad days. You know, that I've got the strength in my arm and I don't suddenly go on a week and be like, why am I going a bit differently? I would like to have it down so I can actually have like a solid foundation of, okay, I know how to throw in a straight line now. Now I really want to try the rolly thing that Liam does. So it's like, yeah, I really want to try one of these drag things, you know. That would be great.
I've seen you at airmail drags.
Yeah, you've seen me fluke myself.
I think I do.
But you know, when you think, right, I'm gonna do this shot, and then you do that shot, yeah, I want to do that.
You want to call your shot and hit it.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling, that.
I can imagine.
Is it a good feeling?
Yeah, 2 years ago it was.
God bless.
Oh, and maybe not swear as much while I play because they're kids in this sport. I apologize.
You can't change yourself. You've got to be true to you.
I can try.
Your highlight so far?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it had to be going out to Germany for the World Cup this summer. That in October. That was insane. That was so fun meeting everybody from all the different countries. I mean, when the ACL came over to the UK, that was meeting everybody who travelled. That was amazing. But being able to go out there and immerse yourself in it for about 4 days, that was a highlight. I'd say. Yeah.
And your favourite shot?
Controversially, not that much in fire and airmail. There's too much. It's in the air too long. Don't know where it's going to go. Too high anxiety. I'm going to have to go with when it's a clean board and it just goes straight in and disappears. It's like that one.
Nice simple slide shot, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, what bags do you use?
I use these swag bags, Deliriums. Love them. They're yellow, so happy. But on a technical level, they are saggy. Like when I carry them around, I have to hold them up here so they don't scrape the floor, kind of thing. Like they are well used, and they will just right in. I love them. Great bags. I think I lent some I played doubles with Liam, and he was actually like, "Yeah, I like these." And then he actually got some, so they're good bags. Tried and tested.
Your favourite player?
I mean, I can't say anyone from our club because got to keep their egos in check. Clearly,
anybody around the world.
Oh my gosh, then probably. Met so many great people, but Adam Hisner was just hilarious. He was actually hilarious.
I think he's got the most votes so far out of everybody we've had.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I was playing a game against him, which is ridiculous to be able to say, and I didn't know anything. And he had the cowboy hat on, and he was just throwing them just straight in airmails every time. And I was just like, oh, clearly it's your cowboy hat. It's your superpower. So he was like, sure, here you go. He gave me his cowboy hat, and it didn't help my throw. And then I decided it'd be great to take the mick out of his bags, which said boom on them. I didn't know he said boom. Who knows that? I was like, oh, you got your little boom bags? Your little boom? I was like, he was such a bitch. You know what I mean? But what a nice guy. He just laughed his way through it. Like, this girl had no idea. And then now I follow the ACL and he comes up on my feed all the time. I'm just like, what a down to earth. Everybody's so down to earth and just fun.
And then your dream cornhole partner?
Oh, Graham, I look no further, to be honest. We just have a great laugh.
What it's all about.
Absolutely.
Your favourite thing about cornhole?
Okay, something other than beer.
It can be the beer.
It can absolutely be the beer.
No, it's
good beer in Germany.
It's the diversity of the sport, the fact that anyone can play. It has to be. That's the best thing. You can literally invite anyone down to give it a go. And you never know. They might be insanely good.
And then the last one, what would your walkout song be?
Okay. Can I just clarify what a walkout song is? Like,
entrance music.
An entrance. Well, if it's entrance music, why is it called a walkout song?
Because
that's a whole other.
It's a sports reference because you're walking out of the tunnel. It's a walkout song. It's fun when you walk out.
Oh, we need a tunnel to walk out. That sounds really fun. Okay. Side note for next year. Oh yeah, I've got some like polytunnels. I could. Anyway, don't worry about it. But actually, we should. I'm gonna have to go with Woohoo by like 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't know that one? No,
I don't.
Have to sing a bit.
It literally goes woohoo, woohoo. I'll have you know. It's okay. I'll set up the polytunnels and we can get a full demonstration.
Might be there all day, all 55 entrants doing walkouts. No.
I'm ready for that. I think it'll be worth it.
Unfortunately, we're gonna struggle to finish this tournament with no walkouts. Seriously.
I mean, Alistair's always on about making this feel more like a proper sporting event, getting the proper photos of people, getting them stand in front of sponsor boards. So what's to say we can't, have a full-on tunnel and everybody's going to come in. Okay, like they need a little banner. Yeah? Let's do it.
Let's go. I'm here for it, Flo. Let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah. Woohoo. Even though I have to say, the song that I most associate with cornhole, just through the sheer number of times it's been played, is Dick Down in Dallas, which I don't know if you've ever heard, but yeah, it's I don't know who keeps putting it on club nights, Josh, but it's just every car ride it's there every week.
That's funny.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys a question?
No.
No? Wow.
All right, ask us one.
I got a little if I don't do it. All right, who is your you've probably already been asked these. Who is your number one? Who do you want to get as a guest on this book?
Oh, if I had to get anybody on the podcast, who would be my number one guest?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's tough. That's really tough, man. Because I could start if I start naming out names, man. I don't want people getting all mad.
Oh, all right. So shoes on the other foot, and he doesn't like it. Wow. Sugar.
No. What I mean though is I loved having Jimmy on. I loved having Denny on. I loved having everybody on. I don't want to say who would be my number one because I don't want anybody getting mad. But if I was gonna have to have one person to get on the show, I don't know, man. I might go with Adam Hisner. I might.
Okay, all right.
Because he's a funny guy, and I think he'd be fun to have on the show.
When you do, but when you do eventually get Adam Hisner on, you both need to turn the cameras on and you're wearing cowboy hats. Okay? This is a non-negotiable.
He doesn't wear a cowboy hat. It's not a cowboy hat. It's like a sun hat that he wears when he does. He owns his landscaping business.
Okay, a hat of the same variety.
But we will cut the sleeves off our shirts.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Adam. So
that works out well because I was actually going to say his doubles partner. Seems that he's the number one most winningest player currently. I was going to say Trey. So that works out quite well.
Monsieur Birchfield, interesting.
But as it sits right now, we're trying to get Miranda Coy on the show.
Yeah, I need to.
Miranda, if you hear this, we want you on the show.
Send her an email.
No,
I've already.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
All right, and just to make you feel super awkward, who's been your favorite guest thus far since you have had 10 episodes now?
A favorite guest so far would probably be. Honestly, I'm gonna go with Denny's son Killian because he wouldn't say anything.
Wow. Okay, so all future guests over there just sit.
No. It's just funny.
I've had sit there, stay quiet, and let Josh talk.
But I've had the pleasure of playing with him and getting to know him a bit. and he just doesn't talk a lot. But he is funny when you're hanging out with him. He's a funny kid. Mm-hmm. So no, I just thought it was funny because we get him on the show and he's kind of like. I would say I honestly I'd probably say, Jimmy, just because no matter how many times I told him he wouldn't adjust his camera.
You super blunt about that.
I think he did it once and then it slipped back down, didn't it?
So this is all we saw.
All the expressions in the eyes.
Yeah. So, present company excluded. I'm actually going to go with Mark Pallet. Just because of what he's doing. I think that was quite a good episode. Quite in depth with everything he's doing. I think that was a good one.
I liked Chris and Charlotte coming on. We got to talk a little WWE as well.
Yeah. Like I say, we just go off on tangents.
I feel like when you keep reaching these episode goals, you just need to have one where it's absolute like pandemonium. You've told everybody it's like just you, and it's like suddenly 20 people.
I have an idea to pitch to you, Josh, for a pandemonium one. I want to do an old school one, like all the OGs, like get everybody from that first UK Open, try and do a podcast with all of us. So me, you, Adam,
let's do
Dan, Tony, Jeff, Matt. I think that'd be a cool one. Just getting everybody in, just all the little screens everywhere.
All the OG guys that were at the very first UK tournament. If you're here,
I think that'd be a good one.
How many people were at that tournament? The first UK
there was
tournament.
8 of us.
8.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! It took us 8 hours to play.
Oh, we did it as a league format, didn't we? So everybody played everybody, best of 3, and then the top 4 went to a knockout. So
I'm just trying to see.
I think that's where I peaked. I peaked on that first tournament in the league phase, and then the knockout stage, it went downhill from there.
But all the OG guys out there, if you were at that first tournament and you're hearing this and you want to do this, message us. Let's make this happen.
I think it'd be a cool one to do. Like, there was one guy there who's not come back, unfortunately, but the 7 of us who's still standing.
Which guy has not come back?
There was a guy who come with Jeff, Tobias.
Tobias.
Yeah. But if the 7 of us can do it, I think that'd be a good episode. It might run over on time, but fuck it.
Talking of running over on time, I've just looked, 55 sign-ups this weekend, and we have a strict at the venue. We have to be out by 6. So this is going to be a fun one.
Listening out there, guys, when you're doing your warm-ups, getting ready for your match, 1 down and back. 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's get
like the hot potato of cornhole.
Regardless of how it's running, we still need to find time to compete. The little bragging rights trophy between me and you, Josh.
We will. You know we're going to get drawn in rounders or bracket or something.
Yeah. If we don't get drawn against each other, we have to find a court to play for it. But if we get drawn against each other throughout the day, then it's on the line.
We will. 100%.
Oh, guys, the tension, it's too much.
I know he's going to destroy me because it happened last time I beat him. He destroyed me the game after. That's called what, 2 points?
I think you've made full use out of that tiny trophy. I really liked how you didn't do that. You
I've got told up just right because of the background.
Now, yeah, but for real, Flo, you brought up a good point, man. It's gonna be real hard. We're gonna have to be on top of it because it's gonna be difficult to do 55 people with 3 or 4 rounders and double elimination in 7 hours. 7.5 hours. Because theoretically, you want to be completely done by 5:30, and if everybody gets involved, we can get cleaned out in 30 minutes. But if not, we got to be done by around 5 o'clock because it'll take us an hour to clean everything out.
If we do it properly, hopefully, it's going to have to be half hour. But I mean, our club, I think, since there's been so many sign-ups, we're like, okay, we've got to make sure everybody's got enough food and water for the day. No time for people to pop off for lunch, so we got snacks and drinks, which is great if the club just pulling together as you do when you host. And yeah, it's exciting. Get gone. Let's get do it. Oh, and I'm mainly excited about the drinks afterwards. So,
yes.
It's all about the bags on the day.
All right.
We don't really have to be out till 6. It's just so we can get to the pub.
No, that is untrue. We definitely got to be out by. That is 100%. We have to.
There's a table booked for a meal at 6:15. You've got to be out.
Oh no, you guys. Thanks for having me on and chatting. It's nice to catch up, and I look forward to seeing you both this weekend.
Thank you for coming on the show.
All right, bye.
Bye.
See you soon.
All right, man. So we're closing out episode 10. I don't know if we've gotten any more followers or any more watchers since we started, but seems to be all right.
Still getting the views. I still get the odd notification a few times through the week of more people following the page on Facebook. Like, I don't check the YouTube that often, I'll be honest, so I don't know how many subscribers or they have on YouTube or Spotify, but I only go on them when we upload, to be honest.
I think, I
think it's going to start getting better now that Europe's kicking off, and we're going to start like you with your deck around going live, and that is going to help. So we'll try and go live this weekend on a few games.
Yeah.
Definitely the bragging rights game's going live.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Anything else, man?
Not just us with Cornell. There's a Open number 8 this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Open number 8 this weekend. So, yeah.
Albuquerque, New Mexico, isn't it?
It is. It is in New Mexico.
Yeah.
It is in New Mexico. I don't know how stacked the field's going to be. I haven't had a chance to look, but just based on like some of the selections
in the prop
toss, I think some of it might be pretty daggum good. I think some of it might be a little. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how people travel. I know Monday, I'm probably just going to catch up on all the cornhole from the weekend.
I'll try and watch some Sunday, and then
out with everybody. I'll need to have some rest and relaxation since I'm playing for the second weekend in a row, and we all know how much I like to drink at these events. So, yeah. But I'll shoot my prop toss picks over to you so we can get them posted up on the.
We could shoot through them now if you want.
Yeah, we can, but we'll get them posted up that way. Everybody,
we'll post them as well. Yeah. So, what will Ethan Walker's PPR be in singles bracket? Lower than 9.2, 9.2 to 9.6, 9.6 to 10, or over a 10.
I picked 9.6 to a 10.
Yeah, I've got slightly less. I've gone the 9.2 to a 9.6 on that.
All right.
Going different. And then the next one was what will Logan Chamberlain's DPR be? So under 0 to 0.24, 0.25 to 0.50, or over 0.5.
I went with the third one. I picked 0.25 to 0.5.
Yeah, that's where I went as well. And then the third one was Mark Richards 4-bagger percentage. So under 30.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so under 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, or over 40.
I said 35 to 40.
Yeah, I've gone over 40 on there.
He
likes to put bags in the hole. So.
He probably will. So, we'll see.
And the next one was, which of these players will have the highest singles PPR during bracket play. So, Sammy Soto, Trey Birchfield, Tony Smith, or Adam Hisner.
I picked Sammy Soto, man.
Yeah. His name's been mentioned a few times this episode. I picked Hisner.
Yeah. That's not a bad shout. Nothing against any of them guys.
Yeah, well, nothing against Tony. I just know he likes that dirty game that we seen play. So I don't think he's going to be massively high on the PPRs.
I'm more afraid that he just forgot. If he forgot, I mean, I'd assume he signed up since they put him on here, but he really struggles to sign up sometimes.
Yeah, just turned up for that one, just to partner with Eric Davis, and they threw white.
It's because he literally forgot to sign up for singles.
Yeah. Then the fifth one, these players who will have the highest pro singles DPR during bracket play. So Hunter Thorne, Tony Forbes, Zach Aitken, or Steve Bernasette.
Okay. I went with Tony Forbes.
Yep.
But only just sheer out of let's see what happens, man. Not for no other reason. Just let me kind of pick something maybe most people won't, and if it works out, I'll get a point on somebody.
It's I picked Zach on that one.
Yeah, maybe.
To be honest, sometimes I just pick random ones.
I just don't know if this is going to be a kid weekend, man.
Yeah.
I think the adults are coming. I think the adults are going to come strong this weekend.
Yeah. And the next one, who will have the highest pro singles four-bagger percentage during bracket play? You got AJ Sims, Braden Wilson, Cheyenne Bubenheim, or Gavin Cano.
I went with Braden Wilson. Again, another one of those. I'm going to go against the grain and just pick and see what happens.
I went Cheyenne on that. So, doesn't look like we're going to be sharing many points here. I think we got one the same out of the first six.
As much as I'm a Cheyenne fan, man, I don't see her getting this one.
Yeah, well, the next one, women's singles. So, Miranda Coy, Cheyenne Bubenheim, Sam Finley, or the field.
All right. So, for the first time this season, it's the first time I'm going against Cheyenne if she's being picked, right? Every time she's in the lineup, I pick her. This time, I went against it. And I picked Miranda Coy.
Yeah.
I picked Miranda, though, because she won her little tournament. I say little tournament, still bigger than any tournament I've been to. Down in Florida last week, they played in a regional tournament, and she did really well. So I'm rooting for her, man. I hope she does well. I honestly, it may come back to bite me. You can't ever count out Cheyenne, but I went with Miranda Coy this week.
Yeah, well, neither of us will gain ground on each other on this one because I went the same. Just from seeing her Instagram and seeing how she's been doing, and I think she's due one.
I agree.
So for that, and then junior singles. So you got Cash, Alex Hicks, Ethan Ferris, or the field.
I picked the field, man.
Yeah, same. I part of me I want to pick Cash because I want to see it happen, but with so many talented kids, it's like picking the field's just the easy option.
It could have been Sammy Soto that we just heard his name.
Yeah.
Or Ray Wilson, or
Yeah, there's too many of them.
There's too many, man. Juniors is probably, honest to God, juniors is probably harder to pick than all of them, man.
Yeah. And then women's doubles, you got Laurie Dool and Miranda Coy, Isabel Soprano and Deb Odom, or Rosie Streak and Sam Finley, or the field.
I went with Laurie Dool and Miranda Coy, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I got the women's sweep last week, or the last in the Open number 7. So I thought, you know what? Let's try to go for the sweep again.
Yeah. Yeah, I went the same. So, and then last one for senior singles, got Steve Schroeder, Dan, I can't even pronounce that, or Florentino Mendoza or the field?
Again, I went with the field on this. After watching the seniors for Open number 7, where Damon Dennis was in the finals and Cooper came out, like, in my opinion, I know he didn't just come out of nowhere, man. The guy can throw. Clearly, he's on the pro, like, he's good. But to me, he kind of came out of nowhere because all year, we've been talking your Schroeders, your Damon Dennis, and stuff like that. So I went with the field this time because I just feel like it could be any one of those guys.
Yeah,
Jeff Reynolds is smashing it in seniors as well.
Yeah.
And if I don't know if Frank Modlin's going to be there this weekend, but I might start just picking him every time I see his name, man. He's due one. He is got to be due one.
That's kind of like me. Like whenever I see Damon's name on there, like, yeah, just pick that. But, yeah, I've gone for Steve Schroeder this time on this one.
Which honestly is as good a pick as any. To be honest, he's got a shot.
I think he's already got. I think he's already got one this year, hasn't he? An Open. So
I thought about picking him. I just went with the field.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's another one of them categories where the field, it's an easy option. It's like there's that many to pick from. It's tough.
For sure. So we'll have to keep an eye on that this weekend.
Yeah.
Try
and watch it when we can, catch up, and then we'll have a lot to talk about next episode.
I think so. And we'll try to get some deck rounds.
Yeah.
It's so difficult trying to get everybody on the show. So what we'll do is we can go around and ask, and people that have no desire to be on the show but still want to do a deck around, we'll get them involved.
Yeah, we'll do like got a few videos, just upload them like did with yours from Slovenia.
Yeah.
We'll get plenty more deck rounds coming to the socials.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm Josh.
I'm Graham. And just bought it.
Just bought it.
Peace.
See you Saturday.
Hey.
See you, bud.